Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how cakes used to look like in those days, yeah, when everything was simple and everything was nice. Sorry, in this video I was, gisting. Anyways, so today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a vintage birthday cake. This was when birthday cake ridiculously elaborate and they were nice and really cute and vintage. A lot of people don't find it cute, but I think it is really cute. Anyway, so let's get started. So today I'm using my dummies as usual because I don't have cakes to decorate. So I bought these dummies on Amazon and then I'm going to be covering them in Swiss marine buttercream. If you want my Swiss marine buttercream recipe somewhere on this channel, just go to my channel and type in Swiss marine buttercream. Yeah, I'm that lazy. Okay, so I'm just trying to cover every part of this cake in buttercream so we can smoothen and try and start to make it vintage and stuff. So if you're not really good at covering, yeah, I'm not exactly good at covering buttercream cakes, especially when they are stacked. So this is also like an opportunity for me to hone my skills in practice. So I'm just covering the cakes one on top of the other because I find a lot of people doing that, but normally I'll cover them individually and then place the other one on top. But I heard this is easy and it seems it is, so let's see how it goes. So okay guys, so once I am done like smoothing the first layer of buttercream on top of it, I'm just going to take it, yeah, and then put it in the fridge for about 1 hour. If you have space in your freezer, I was going to put it in the freezer if I had access to a big freezer. You can leave it there for like 15 minutes just to make the buttercream firm up. That way the next coat of buttercream will go on more easily and it will be a lot easier for you. So we're just going to pop that in the fridge and be back in 1 hour. Okay, so see how pretty the skyline is, yeah. Anyway, so now it's been 1 hour and we are back. So now what you want to do at this point is to melt your buttercream. No, you won't melt it completely, of course. You're just going to melt it a little bit to some extent, so it's a little softer than normal, and then you're going to try to fill in the spaces and try to make your buttercream as soft as possible. Trust me, melting it will make a huge difference because to make your work a lot easier, believe me. Okay, so now we're just trying to cover the remaining spaces. Is a lot softer, yeah, that's why it's making a mess. Make it a lot softer than your cake itself. It's going to make it a lot easier to fill in those spaces and to just move things around. And the more buttercream comes in contact with the cake, the harder it becomes because the cake is cold. So that makes your work a lot easier, trust me. Okay, so now once we filled in most of the spaces, we're going to try and start to smoothen, which is usually the most difficult part for me. Normally I'd like to do this separately and then put the cake on one another, but I'm trying this new technique so I can get used to it. Okay, so if you notice, the cake is kind of moving around because it is not as heavy. If you're using an actual cake for this design, it will be sturdy and strong, so it won't be moving around because like it won't be as light, if you kind of get what I mean. So at this point we're just trying to smoothen as much as possible, and that's what we're gonna do. And when I'm done, I'll be back to show you guys how smooth and nice it became. Yeah. Okay, before I go, yeah, I should remind you guys that if you're going to do this style, one thing I've learned in the past couple of days doing this style of frosting one cake on top of the other is you should make sure the top is smooth first, because when you're trying to, if you smoothen the bottom first and then you try to smoothen the top, it's going to mess with the bottom. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you start with the top and make sure the top is completely smooth before moving on to the bottom, that way it's going to make your life a lot easier, because now like you're not touching the top, if you get what I mean, and the bottom is smooth. So that way you'll be done a lot faster than if you were smoothing the bottom first and then coming back to the top. Okay, so that's just what I'm trying to do here, just to get the top as smooth as possible and then take out the excess, and then I'm going to smoothen the bottom. Okay, so now that we're smoothing the bottom, so at this point there's going to be some overhanging buttercream on top. You don't want to worry about that. You just want to take it and put it in the fridge for a couple of minutes, and then when it is firm, you're going to cut off the top with a knife, just just straight up, so there can be sharp edges just like this. So now that we're at this point, I already colored some parts of my buttercream in lilac, So for this cake, we're going to be using lilac, pink, and purple. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm starting with a 1M tip, and then I'm just going to go around the cake. And then when I'm done with that, as I'll start with the same 1M tip, but this time it will be in a different color, and then we're going to go around the cake again, and then it's going to give us this really really pretty cake. And then I like to throw sprinkles on my cake because I feel like it gives you this really nice texture, and that's what I'm doing here. And see how pretty this cake is. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. This is what cakes used to look like, I think in those days. I think so. Yeah, like when we're babies, this is what cakes used to look like. Anyways, thank you guys for always watching my videos, and I will see you in my future video. Bye.